Welcome back. Bro,
Thanks,
how long
man.
has it been since you're back, bro?
Just 1 week, bro.
Yeah?
I just missed one show.
Felt like 3 weeks, Allah.
Honestly, bro, I
the-
missed our saloon specialist.
There is is
Yeah.
the charisma, man.
Our dread brother.
Yes, brother.
And it's funny because when it matters most, just like Salah, the Liverpool fans are missing.
The ghost.
You know when I'm not here, there's no hairlines, only brevos
What are you talking
on the
What about
whole
me?
show, bro.
What about me?
No.
Natural hairlines.
Yeah, 116 charges. Yeah, you have to get a question mark.
You could asterisk.
He got asterisks. To be investigated.
So, you enjoyed your weekend then? No.
Yeah, bro. Manchester United won.
Ball is kind of fun nowadays.
It's kind of nice when you're playing Leicester every week, you know.
Sorry to God. It feels like the one time you guys were asked, can we play Leicester every week? Yeah, you can actually have
They
them.
said, please.
Oh, it was so fun. Like I actually enjoyed it. Even Sociedad, to be honest.
Yeah, even so said that.
Despite us going, okay, Tuli Bebo.
Wow.
Not Tuli Bebo, but like
Bebo.
there was shocking decisions. I mean, Sociedad were bad. Not gonna lie. But
They were, yeah.
the
They were
referee
ass.
was also horrible.
Zubimendi's overrated.
Quite overrated.
Finally, you see.
He's slow, bro.
He's so
I
slow.
could probably pick someone out from the session I'm going to play football with today who's better than him.
Wallahi.
I'm serious.
Yo,
Someone who can sprint a
technically.
bit. Yeah, technically in sprints, you know. I just don't know. Guys are like, oh, if you just, those Twitter woke dudes, Twitter tacticals that are woke.
So
Well,
not
if you're just watching Zubimendi just today, then you don't know Zubimendi at all. I'm like, bro, listen, I just watched him against Ugarte, Casemiro, and them, man. I'm not impressed.
Not even Casemiro and
Who was
Bruno.
those
Casemiro and
Casemiro and Bruno
Yeah.
got it.
I'm not having it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. So what? We're gonna get someone to get carried by Rice and Odegaard? Hey, come on, man.
Yeah,
Very
I've never understood that Zubimendi signing or whatever you guys are trying to do with that. Because I feel like you will probably sign him, right? Because you
It looks like it's almost like
he's slow. His intensity, he's not that intensive. Like he's not
Physical.
intense.
Yeah.
He's
Did
not
you see
intense.
Bruno's hit map compared to these
My
guys?
God.
compared to Zubimendi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Subhanallah.
But Bruno was like him, but then I don't.
Yeah,
They're
Bruno.
different profiles.
Anyway,
Bruno's
we're,
a
si-
machine.
we're signing a player who's already getting compared to Bruno, and Bruno's winning.
Like not even just winning, like
Yeah.
dominated.
Bruno.
Okay, though actually
if we sign Zubimendi, Bruno would have been better than both our Martins.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's
Bro,
crazy.
2 different Martins and he's better than both.
I don't understand that signing, considering you have Merino, you have Partey. Okay, is Partey leaving?
Partey's leaving. Jorginho's leaving. I don't
But this
know.
guy has the physicality
But like, why
of
would you?
Jorginho.
Why would you not?
His
why-
physicality and Jorginho's are almost the same.
They're the same, except Jorginho's 17 years older than him. So like, why are you like this, man?
And what's funny is, like, why not just keep Partey?
Why not just keep Jorginho? They're gonna run the same pace.
Because you're gonna pay money, like almost 50, 60 million. His list
Then
cost.
is release close in cash. Anyway,
I
you
could
guys
have-
got Leon.
Yeah, we got
Is
Leon.
that something to worry about?
Yeah, I'd say
Nah.
like
Lacazette, right?
Cherki and Lacazette.
Nah,
And also,
I'm confident with our team.
The physicality of Ligue 1 is not the same
Physical-
as La Liga, man.
There's no physical.
So I think they'll keep up with us more.
Bro,
than-
Premier League is
than
on another level. I
Sociedad.
feel like Premier League is like 10 folds.
Bro, I'm telling you, Ligue 1 and Premier League have similar levels of physicality,
Really?
intensity. Yes.
When was that thing?
Is it?
When was
Yeah.
that in watch Liga?
If you
Because I watched PSG and to be honest, it wasn't intensive. It was just balling.
It was intense.
I've seen
No, but
I've
he was
seen multiple
balling.
It was
athletic.
balling. Oh, balling. Yeah, fair.
Like it was actually not
Yeah.
on your face.
Yeah.
Even Ruben Amorim mentioned it. He said the physicality will be higher because it's like Ligue 1.
Maybe compared to the Liga, but like I don't think it's anywhere near a Bournemouth or a fucking Newcastle
Yeah.
or Fulham.
Yeah.
Like
Bournemouth
bro,
beat
Premier
Leon,
League,
yeah.
Premier
Bournemouth
League.
beat Leon for sure.
So many teams beat like we cannot beat because I feel like we also so fixated with Premier League to the point where we think we're better, but I don't think we are in like footballing. Physicality, number one
And
by far.
intensity.
It's not even close. But like, I mean, we've seen PSG school the guys who are 13 points clear.
Yeah.
Like school, like not even just like two-legged game. Both games outplayed, ridiculous. So
No, but you know,
I'd
that's
played
the thing, like,
Liverpool.
Mbaya.
Mbaya,
to
son.
play,
Yeah.
to play devil's advocate, right? The fans of clubs from other parts of Europe will say You know, champions of Italy are in the quarterfinals. Champions of France, quarterfinals. Champions of Spain, quarterfinals. Champions of Germany, quarterfinals. Everybody's in quarterfinals.
It's England who are.
It's England as well. So like when you talk about levels, this is your best of your best.
But also, like when you're talking about levels, there's only the only team that's remaining that's unbeaten in Europe this season it's an English team. So there's also levels.
Okay,
in that.
but I also feel like there's some. It
You
was
know.
a bit. There was some luck in terms of who they were drawn, because I feel like, I mean, Aston Villa are in quarters, right?
Yeah, but
PSG are maybe. They were not okay in group stage in the first maybe 3-4 games.
But you see, the reason they got PSG is because they went and rested everybody against PSV.
Yeah.
Then they lost to them, and they allowed PSG in that round. They shouldn't have gotten them if they finished proper.
They finished top, no?
They
Liverpool
finished top, but
yeah.
they should have gotten them
No, but
proper
them
finish.
losing to PSV enabled PSV to
Move up.
and then PSG they go PSG instead.
Okay.
Because PSV qualified higher than PSG, right?
Yeah.
So you see what I mean?
But that's the beauty of this new format, because
You can't
if
slack.
the big teams underperform, you get them in the end.
You can't slack.
Can't slack, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also don't. Also, the fact that Madrid lost how many games and like, walikuwa wapi and where are they now? Because I feel like it doesn't matter how you start.
Yeah.
That's what I also kind of don't like, because it's not must win. There is some element of luck. Because if look at Man City and Madrid, right? They were drawn together.
Yeah, exactly. I
Like
mean, two of the biggest
in like
haters.
in like a playoff, and they were out. And I feel like both teams, Man City kind of struggling, but like it would have been interesting if they were here, because I feel like they would turn up as opposed
would
to.
Would you call it luck though, or would you call it jeopardy? I think it's more jeopardy now.
Yeah.
It's more chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm saying you beat them in the group stages, but then they're so much better now.
Yeah. Also, it
In the middle
doesn't
of the
matter
season.
where you finish.
Yeah,
You
it
could
doesn't.
you could get like Madrid could be, because Madrid wako chini pia.
Yeah.
So you could just slack, get Madrid or Man City, because Liverpool were number 1 and they got PSG. Even if like it's crazy, because maybe even they could have gotten Madrid.
Yeah.
It was possible, right?
Yeah. That's. I think I like it. I like this format. But what I'm interested to see now is how it translates into the Europa, because the Europa is the same format.
Yeah.
Is there as much jeopardy with the Europa? Because it looks like, I don't know. I haven't watched much Europa to be honest this season. So you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but it just
Bro,
feels like
slacking.
everybody's where
That's where
they're
the
meant to be.
entertainment
Oh, yeah,
is,
for sure.
bro.
Everybody's where they're meant
Europa
to be.
League, everyone is shit. Honestly.
Well, like all the teams look
Then
their 15th in their leagues,
every
man.
single team that is there is struggling.
Rangers, is it Alkmaar? Spurs were losing to who last season? Last week.
They got knocked out. Remember?
No,
Nah, they won.
Like
They
comeback, but they lost the first leg,
That's the first leg.
I can't remember who they played against.
and then they lost Juicy. So like, everyone who's there was just going through it.
Yeah, they're really struggling.
They-
But it feels like regardless of that, like, okay, I guess it's in one way you're saying shit knows its place. Like everybody knows where they are.
Oh yeah, the idea that you Champions League team comes to the Europa League, that's broken. That ruins fun for us who are here.
Yeah.
Like if you're out, you're out. Because right now we would probably get Man City. Ukuja waribu fun.
Waribu
Bash.
Bash.
There was this rule that PK talked about. I don't know if you guys saw it. I feel like it's such a brilliant idea for the like league games. You win, you get 3 points. You lose or you draw, you get nothing.
You get nothing, yeah.
Game is draw. You all in, because if you draw, you get nothing. So it will be more interesting for teams to try and win, as opposed to like be comfortable with a draw. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
makes
but then
sense.
American viewers will probably think then if you get nothing for a draw, you get nothing for a loss. Why not just have overtime? Why not just have overtime and then someone actually takes all 3 points? Because they don't have penalties, obviously, right? They have overtime, and then hopefully that settles it. But then I don't know. I like the
You know what?
I like the concept of draws, because even if you get something,
of course, you're an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Come on.
yeah, Fair enough. I like the concept of draws because, for example, like a point can save a team from relegation. And if they set up to frustrate a team that's not fighting relegation, maybe fighting for Europe or the title, or
See, those are like moments. But I feel like generally at the beginning of the game of the season, right, the first 30 games, no one is fighting for it. Like there'll be more fun there. For
now
example,
there'll be teams fighting for
the first 30 games.
The first even 15 games, there'll be, bro. Not let's say a Leicester gets Man City away, third match day of the season. You're going there for a draw.
No, but like no, I'm looking at it this way, right? Relegation battles, only teams turn up towards the last 8 games maybe.
Ah, okay. That's
Like
what
that
you're talking
turning
about,
up.
relegation battles.
Yeah, again, but like even having penalties. If you don't wanna, like, if it's a draw, we have like
Go
penalties.
extra time.
No, just
no
straight,
extra time.
straight
just
penalties. We get a winner. Like we get a winner at the end of the game, and someone gets 3 points as opposed to get nothing. So that this way, you would fight for the 3 points during the game. If you're not, you just go to penalties. Because also you can't just sit back.
You can't. You have to attack.
Yeah.
I mean, it would definitely make the game more entertaining.
I mean, why if we've changed so many rules over the years, right? For the last 20 years,
We have, yeah.
so many things have changed here and there. Like back pass used to be there. So many like penalties were taken funny way. Like Messi scoring a World Cup winner during the penalties and doing a double check. No one like, you know what I mean?
I get it.
But the power of 1 point, man.
It really
I don't think
does
there
help.
is. I
You
don't
know
know.
what I
People
mean?
win, bro. People have won leagues with 1 point.
How many?
City,
Yeah.
Like,
the
you
power
know,
of
I mean, when was
1
the last
point.
time? When was the
cuz.
last
People's
time?
clubs have gone into
Administration.
because of 1 point that they couldn't get. Then they just keep
No,
falling
no.
away.
One
Some
point,
of
now
them-
1 point
imagine,
and
yeah?
3 points. For
Imagine.
example, that would mean gaps would only be 3-3,
Now imagine.
right?
yeah.
So it's still the lowest. It could still be like, oh, imagine 3 points.
Now imagine.
I feel like we're missing something there.
Imagine you're Arsenal and you're going to the Etihad and you can't even get a point.
Yeah.
That
We
means
can't play for a draw.
that means
Bro, what are we
thing is,
doing?
you're
What are-
closer
what-
to
what is-
winning.
What are we
Listen,
doing in North London,
that
man?
means you're closer to winning at any given moment.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you
but
guys
we-
get the video I'm referencing of the meme? Do you remember that FTV? Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah,
those James guys?
of course he knows.
I
I mean, we wouldn't have that moment.
Results.
To be fair, that's why he's
Yeah,
really
we wouldn't.
holding on to it.
yeah. It's a tradition, bro. It's you know. Anyway, let's remind guys to like, share, subscribe. Naim, welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, bro, how many times are you welcoming me back?
It feels like you've been away for three
Since
weeks.
1 week, bro.
Okay. So,
1 week.
and welcome back to all of you guys. Let's talk about the greatest hate watch week.
That's why it feels like it's so long, because so much has happened.
So much has
Yeah.
We've
transpired.
celebrated so many times.
So,
Yeah. All three of us. We really enjoyed.
we finally got.
Downfall.
Erika kwa Embu sahi,
Yeah, we finally got him out of here, bro.
Ameenda Embu.
I'm
Amerudi
international
kwake,
break.
yeah.
I'm in an international break. Man.
Go back to your country.
So we start with PSG. PSG,
Liverpool.
Well, Liverpool PSG, because it was at Anfield, and that was lovely.
That was lovely.
Because it wasn't negative. It was like, yeah, Liverpool got outplayed overall, right?
Over 2 legs.
Over 2 legs. So no,
We did talk about this last week. no?
yeah, they did, and then they got outplayed again
Yeah.
on Newcastle.
Yeah, the Newcastle one, Kwanza, it's crazy because it's almost a similar performance.
But the Newcastle one was more, for me, it was a bit more satisfying because they were also outmuscled. It was like so nice to watch.
They were outmuscled.
One-rolled, man.
They were outjumped. Right?
Everything, bro.
Bro, like, you know that thing commentators always do. We've seen this from time. Why is this guy marking this guy?
Yeah.
And then this guy scores while being marked by this guy. Like, it
That
was
burn.
classic. I remember Man City Arsenal 5-0. So we get banged. I don't know, some defender scores, and he's being marked by, I can't remember the midfielder, short midfielder.
Man City?
Man City.
Sure, midfield.
Silva.
Yeah, he's being marked by a big Man City player scores against a small Arsenal player.
Okay.
We're like, how? Why are you letting this happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Usually, I feel like when they're doing zonal marking, they get the short players to try and not necessarily mark, but like to slow them down, and then like the big guys to like now.
Oh, for zonal.
But that's the thing, right? Like with the Dan Burn goal, what you were supposed to get was Dan Burn heading it back into the mixer.
Yeah.
And then seeing something else. But this guy just hit it hard.
That was a good goal.
It was such a powerful header.
Bro, the thuggery of Joelinton, man. Oh. On Gravenbach and them, man.
Yeah.
Bro,
This is not your house, bro.
That's
Every
crazy.
tackle was a celebration. Did you see from Joelinton?
Bruno, even Tonali.
Hey,
You saw
bro.
Tonali and Tonali running down Van Dijk.
Yeah, we're playing them
Tonali
in
is
like
a-
2 weeks.
Like, bro, Tonali is the mafia. Like when he was Akio Milan, he was the one who was fighting all the other. Like he was the one who was like after a tackle, atakuskuma. Like there was a time when
He annoys you with it.
like that on the going the touchline at atakuskuma.
Yeah, fuck.
Like this, he's gonna make you hate him.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was not just like it was a proper football game because it was end to end. I mean, that's the thing with Newcastle, right? Ballers.
No, but it was also funny. It was also funny. It was also end to end and fun in the sense that once it got to Jota and Luis Diaz, it was the end.
That was the end.
That was the end as well. Like there was nothing else.
There was a save Nick Pope made.
Oh yeah,
No,
from
that
Curtis
was-
Jones.
This is
From Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Curtis Jones once he came on.
Love to see
To be
that
fair,
stuff,
Curtis
man.
Jones, Harvey
You
Elliott.
should have added Salah there.
Yeah.
I mean, Salah
I
just
felt bad for Salah.
it was just dead.
died.
It was dead end. It was dead end.
McAllister was so was Sliho, bro, with your cute hair and smiling.
That guy was being a little broad.
He was a broad, bro. Bruno G. Like, see the thing, we know these players,
Yeah.
right? I just don't understand how. Was it 2 years ago when we beat them at the
Carling Cup.
No, it's Carabao, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was like they were
Casemiro header.
physical, but like when we were playing them, I feel like I don't know how Ten Hag.
We had Weghorst in the 10, bro. That's
Yeah,
how
we
got
had
it.
that
we had
unsettled a
we
lot
had
of
Anthony
things.
in the wing just doing whatever the fuck you wanted.
No, we had Fred, Casemiro,
And
then Weghorst in the 10, and then McTominay come on. So even us, we had thugs.
Yeah, to be fair, that is thuggery. Because imagine
Thug on
Newcastle. Because Newcastle do that with Dan Burn, right? You guys did what they do with Dan Burn to their midfield. You guys
Yeah.
put like some colossus, and he's not
Bro.
interested in at all in.
You know, it's funny
playmaking,
because if it was Arsenal in that final, the result would probably be the same.
bro, that happened to us twice.
Twice as usual.
Twice the same. They beat us 4-0 across.
How
the-
do you
both
think they
legs.
got to the final, bro?
Yeah, they beat us 4. Like they did the exact same
Walianza
thing.
na
to us.
Wanyonge, the real Wanyonge. Walianza na
They
hao.
made
Bro,
sure
man.
they shut you up first, so that when they
Nah.
beat Kiari, you have nothing to say.
No, I had a lot
Because
to
he would say, you played them twice. You
That's the thing, though. We played them twice, but we're not top of the table.
similar scoreline, right? 2-0, 2-0, 2-0.
Yeah,
2-0,
but we
2-0.
were on top of the table.
And then you know what? Who
We're not,
beat them
we're not the
2-0?
best team in the league.
Sisi. So this 2-0 is just so beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
And you what?
bro. Yeah, I'm gonna
You lost
put it
2-0, 2-0.
Ah.
They won 2-0 Jana, but we beat them in the final 2-0 as well.
You beat them. You beat
Newcastle
Newcastle.
back there.
Oh yeah. I thought it was 2-1.
Did they score?
Yeah, I think they scored.
Okay. Don't remember.
Anyway,
Thank you.
so Liverpool looked depleted, or were they made to look depleted?
I mean, when the thing with Liverpool fans, when we kept saying that Salah is carrying you, it was like, oh, he's a player, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now he's not doing anything, and then we've
Now
seen him.
what?
And then the thing is, when we asked them, okay, what about when Salah's not there? They tell us. They tell us these myths, legends. Oh, but you know we have Jota, Diaz, and Nunes.
Yeah.
Even though we hate him, they will say even though
And
we
this is
hate
not
him.
even an injury; it's
Yeah.
just out of form because I feel like
Yeah.
he's kind of tired, and he's probably fasting.
Yeah,
Maybe we just give him like the benefit. Maybe
that's the thing. Like, how many goals in?
Way more
When you
than-
look at Diaz, I think 3 goals in 15 games. Jota,
he started
0
well.
goals in
Yes,
11.
the first 5 games, ooh, he was shining.
Yeah,
Like oh,
in the false 9, yeah?
he was
false
balling.
9 as well. Yeah, he played
Yeah.
as false 9.
I mean,
Without Gakpo and Salah, I think they're finished. They're
I
washed.
think we're looking at the future of Liverpool, because this is Liverpool now without Salah, because probably he's gonna leave, and it could be worse because they could also lose Van Dijk. Because I feel like Van Dijk PSG talks is getting a lot of traction.
A lot of traction.
Yeah.
The owner was speaking to Van Dijk at Anfield.
He's well given, bro. I'm
You know
giving you an island.
The irony is the first leg, Van Dijk was telling these guys that this is not Ligue 1. Like in the changing room after the game, this is not Ligue 1 because they were complaining about a penalty, right? And then in the second leg, you're talking to the chairman, bro.
No, it's mad.
After you lose, as the captain.
But I think Slot. Before we get to Slot's future, let's talk about Slot's most recent past. Slot had a chance to rest Liverpool players before PSG Newcastle. He had a chance to play the worst team in the league at Anfield, and he didn't rest anybody.
Bro, that's what I was telling you guys, and that's why I had put Cole Palmer as captain, because I knew a sensible manager would rest players against Southampton, knowing you have these big games coming up, bro.
That's the thing. Like,
Lakini Mungu ni nani? And now look at my FPL dream.
Seriously,
it's gone.
Yeah,
it's gone, bro.
With their Carabao Cup dream and their Champions League dream. Like, think about it. Think about the knock-on effects. Like, if they lost to Southampton at home with like a bunch of Conor Bradleys and his friends, right, from the academy, would it be so bad that they're 9 points only clear of Arsenal? No. And they still have to play Arsenal at Anfield. Like, they have such a healthy lead. He could have, that's the thing, he wouldn't have even had to have rested players like a whole, what's the word I'm looking for?
A whole 90 minutes.
No, for like a wholesale
changes.
Wholesale changes, right? He didn't have to do that. All he'd have to do is rest the most important players and then give guys like Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott had just scored the winner against PSG. How was he rewarded? Another 90 minutes worth of bench. Right?
Yeah.
So, instead of bringing him on, put him on instead of Salah. Maybe give some more minutes to Gakpo. Nunes, fuck it, man. He even got an assist.
It's Southampton.
Like, who the fuck gives a shit?
Yeah.
Then once you need changes made to win the game, give Salah a run out.
I think he did well during the season in terms of managing the players within the game, because I feel like he makes a lot of subs.
Yeah,
like
but why is he pretending?
But like now,
like Arsenal is 3 points behind him.
Yeah, I think it's a stage whereby those subs don't matter anymore because they've put in the numbers, they put in the hours. Which is 60 minutes, it's 60 minutes, 70 minutes, the whole season, because his 11 is the same, right? Apart from maybe 2 players up on Bele, the rest of the guys is the same.
You don't think Salah would have benefited?
No, I think he would. I think he got comfortable by
Gravenberch. Think about Gravenberch.
Yeah, him, McAllister, Szoboszlai should have been rested. Play Endo. Endo is fit. He always comes on the last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Start him one game. Rest one of the players.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he had the only chance in a 3-match week, right? Was Southampton at home in the Premier League. That's the only chance he had. And he chose not to do it. And I feel it cost him eventually, not only in the PSG game, but also in the Newcastle game.
I think mentally getting
knocked out.
The PSG losses, I feel like to me, it's not even the loss per se, it's how they lost. Because I feel like mentally, when you've just been outplayed, you've lost at home, right? Fair, it's penalties and everything, but the confidence you have in your way of playing, it kind of reduces. And I feel like that's why they lost.
It definitely takes a knock. Because
sometimes you might lose, but like you've played so well to the point whereby you know what, we did everything we could. Luck was on our side.
Head held up high.
They started better at Anfield than at the Parc des Princes, but still you could see that Salah kind of looks like he's jaded a bit, I think, in my opinion. And bro, just rest your players against Southampton so Naeem can get points, man, on FPL, bro.
Also, Salah was struggling the whole game.
Yeah, he really was.
And he didn't sub him
at all.
To
be fair, I wouldn't either.
I mean,
I wouldn't either. I don't think you sub off your best players, regardless of what. Because you never know, bro.
He
like,
did.
You get a penalty suddenly.
First leg PSG, he did. What happened?
True, actually. No, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
So, has this taken the shine off
Shine off the
Liverpool's
league.
campaign.
No.
Campaign.
No,
it doesn't.
no, I think it's the wounds are quite fresh right now. It stings the most. We are happiest the most. In 3 weeks later, when they're crowned,
8-9 weeks, they'll be crowned champions.
well,
Actually, you're right.
Because you could probably lose the next 2 games because you're Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Well, for us, the shine has went like a long time ago.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like they within 3-4 weeks, they could get confirmed.
No, but think about it, bro. These guys were this close from like
God of
from
Honor
a
time.
semi-final, right? And an actual trophy, and then what seems like a guaranteed league. That's a treble. Like you're that close to a treble, and so quickly, things change.
But in hindsight, first season, I think Premier League win is everyone's priority.
If someone,
Kachini achague, what do you want? Aim with the Premier
hakuna mtu
League.
achagui.
Then I think
Like at the end of the day, if you tell Liverpool fans you're winning the Premier League but nothing else, of course they'll be like, okay, so
with
they're
your
not gonna
manager,
ask,
with your
they're
new
not gonna
manager.
ask, they're not gonna ask Ati, how far did we go in the Champions League? How far did we go in the Carabao Cup or the Cup final, the FA Cup final? You know, how far did we go? They're not. They'll be like, all right, fair enough. That means we finished top. We finished in the Champions League spaces. Fair enough. We'll take it.
And also the team that they lost to is it's
But-
a brilliant team to
but
lose
think
to.
about it.
Like it's like a team you say, yeah, we lost to PSG, and you can hold your head high.
But take another step back, right? Take another step back, and look at the wider picture. Not just in terms of the back-to-back defeats and back-to-back knockout exits, right? But then also you know that there's a very real chance Mo Salah, Trent, and Van Dijk are not renewing. We're more than halfway past March, with just a couple more months before they can leave for free to anyone.
I think
Think about it.
Yeah,
That really messes things up.
that is yes. That mentally yes, they would feel some type of way. But on the other hand, there's something that is far much superior than all of these things, in my opinion. This is going to be the first time they're going to actually be able to celebrate a league title in like 30 years. Because remember, they didn't celebrate during COVID. They never paraded nothing. They
Yeah,
won.
yeah.
They didn't even play with fans on the pitch while they were champions. Because remember, when the fans came back, Man City already won the league. The next season, that is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So this, I feel like, as a Liverpool fan, forget about the future and everything else, right? This is, you've won the league title with the new manager, and you get to celebrate. You get to actually, haven't won in like 20 years. We haven't won in like 15, right? And probably won't win in the next couple of years. Maybe you would, but winning Premier League right now, right?
It's huge.
I think that is bigger than the fear that we've lost Salah. Because remember, what our expectation with Slot was zero. We all didn't. No one thought they're going to win the league. No one thought.
Not in his first season.
No one thought.
They think
even bro. It was like we didn't know anything about him.
We thought this was going to be a transition period for Liverpool.
Yeah, we
everyone
thought
was
maybe
saying
they'll go 3,
at
4,
least
5 years,
2 years,
struggling.
3
Because
years.
remember, they also had an aging squad, right? We talked about that for the longest time, and then Klopp brought these players, and then it also didn't work, right? It was like Hapa Napale, and that's why Salah wanted to leave. Salah wanted to leave even before. It's not like Sahi.
That's the thing, though. What you're missing is that Liverpool fans, yes, they're going to win another league title, right? Premier League title. But then, how soon again before they challenge for another league title? Because think about the massive job that they have to do. Where do you get another Van Dijk? That depends. You don't get another Van Dijk. Simple as. Even if you get someone 20% of what he's capable of, they can at least, you might think they might challenge for at least top 4. But they need more than that. Think about Robbo. By the way, past his prime, right? They have Tsimikas. He's still on the bench. He's not taking over from Robbo.
I think
Trent.
Robo is overplayed.
But still, he's 30. He's 31.
Yeah, he's overplayed.
Name.
Though. Yeah.
Think about the fact that half of their back line is gone, right?
Trent as well.
Trent as well.
To Real
And
Madrid.
then their only productive wide player or forward player, most likely leaving. You don't sign someone
Okay.
like Salah. You don't sign someone like Van Dijk like in this modern era unless you pay over 100. So with Liverpool, you know how their owners are.
The structure.
There's there's no way they fork out another 200 million to sign 2 players, and there's no guarantee that those 2 players that they sign will have the same impact, that they will carry Liverpool the way they did. So think about this. They have to replace Mo Salah. They have to replace Van Dijk. Those are 2 players we're talking about. They clearly have to replace Luis Diaz, Jota, and Darwin Núñez.
And Robo.
And Robo.
And
They still have to sign a CDM.
They don't have their 8. The 8 or the 6. They don't have their 6.
Nah, we can't talk about that now. While they're top of the table with
I think
midfield.
No, he's talking
Already
about
that's
like
a
next
problem.
season. You're talking about next season.
I
and
mean,
they're all young.
problems
No.
that are coming up.
I think the reason I'm talking about this now is whether it takes off the shine for Liverpool fans, and I think it does, because yes, alhamdulillah, they have a Premier League title and they're gonna celebrate it, and things aren't gonna, like you said, fresh wounds, right? But then that high won't last past the summer, because their dismay and anguish will fall upon them by June, July. When people are saying, oh, Liverpool are also in for Isak, Liverpool are also in for Zubimendi. No, they're not going to be able to compete with some of the guys that are in for these players.
Okay,
the centre back. They're not going to sign Saliba to replace Van Dijk, right?
They don't need to.
They don't need to?
Yeah, I feel like
Kwanzaa is good enough.
I think Guehi could be a good signing.
Guehi.
Yeah. Anyway, as much
And
as
who will replace Mo Salah? Rodrigo.
I think they could get
They could
Isak.
sign Rodrigo.
They'll get Isak.
And they have budgets
if-
because they haven't spent in
remember,
two
they
seasons.
They had 100 million to spend on Enzo. Oh no, sorry, Caicedo,
Yeah.
and they didn't. So they have the ability to spend 100.
And this last transfer window, they only signed the Chiesa.
And I feel like they also didn't back this manager, and the manager is giving them a Premier League title. So this is a point where now you actually, because I think the board, the fact that they're not giving Salah what he wants and Van Dijk what he wants,
There must be a plan.
I think they know. Ride it out, they'll leave, right? But now I generally think they would back him up in terms of getting him. I think 200 million is probably good enough money to be given to spend. Look at it this way, right? And then you're saying that the future might not be, they might not be so promising, right? Who are they competing with? We are 15th, fighting for meals, right? You are Arsenal, right?
Holy
Man
shit.
City, wait.
We've kept our powder dry.
Wait.
It's your Arsenal.
You are Arsenal, right? We have Chelsea, who right now we see Maresca is not yet. So
You're Arsenal,
we have
you
Man
know.
City that are going to transition. As much as their transition
Arsenal
might be long.
and Man
Wait, let
City
me
will
finish.
be
Let me finish. Relax. Now.
No, but Arsenal and Man City will
Well,
be
relax.
back next season,
No,
literally.
there's no guarantee with Man City.
So there's no
I-
guarantee with anybody then. Why is there a
No,
guarantee
wait,
with Liverpool?
let me finish. So for them, why should they be concerned when Man City are also going through a transition? So, Man United, Chelsea, Spurs, I don't need to say much. We need way more years for us to compete properly, right?
In prayers.
You're the closest to try and compete. But then again, you're fighting you.
No, that's fine. Right?
So
But
if
where-
I'm a
where's
Liverpool
the
fan,
team?
I'm
No.
not so concerned. Like,
No,
okay,
actually-
I could be concerned, but like, it's not like I'm witnessing prime City, prime Arsenal, Man United.
It's not about. You're missing the point. It's not about witnessing Prime City. It's about having not seen Prime City. Who's gonna take over for the next few years? You see, if City are going through a transition, you want to make sure you take advantage for as long as possible, because you're not going to be able to compete with them financially.
I think they would.
No, they wouldn't.
I think Liverpool would get signed.
Man City just takes 2 transfer windows, and I think they're fine. They're back. Like, they're back by the end of next season.
If you,
At most, they're back to their level best.
I think this
Their
City team will
recruitment-
take longer. I think
Their
they'll take longer.
recruitment has always been top. We can't talk about just the last 6 seasons. Their recruitment has been top since 2008.
Who?
Marmoush
Wait, wait,
has hit
wait.
the ground running.
Marmoush has more goals than Højlund and
That's what I'm
Xerxes.
saying, he's hit the ground
Marmoush has
running,
more,
bro.
more goals than Cole Palmer in 2025.
Okay, okay.
Marmoush has more
Listen,
goals than Sterling, than...
You're mentioning one player.
Yeah.
Out of 10,
Nico
they've signed
Gonzalez,
10.
Gonzalez already looks a very good signing.
He's
Nico
a-
Gonzalez. Have you watched Nico Gonzalez?
The same team that has Savio, same team that has
Savio
Doku.
is looking good.
Come on.
Oh my God, I'd bite your hand off for Savio.
Bro, come on.
What do you mean, come
I'm
on?
talking about players
Who
who
else?
are completely underperforming.
Who else is on the
Savio is not
Matheus Nunes for
underperforming.
underperforming?
Matheus Nunes.
That's a flop. Fair enough.
I've mentioned like 4 out of the last 10.
Who
Who
else?
else?
Who else did you mention?
Matheus Nunes.
Matheus, the other kid.
The guy from Leeds.
Obviously, that was Kitambo.
The guy from
Phillips.
Leeds.
Calvin Phillips in Kitambo.
Who?
Calvin Phillips. That one, he wasn't even sold.
That's fine. That's
Fine.
That's 2 years ago.
Grealish.
Son of Akotu.
Kusanov is young and he's coming
Son
through.
of just signed.
He's coming through, bro.
So he's not a game changer for them. He's not Diaz. He's not Akanji.
He's gonna grow into that.
Right?
He's gonna grow into that.
Yeah.
And I've already started to see the
So now
signs.
out of the
He's
10
gonna be a
players,
very good
He's a
centre
very
back.
good ball playing
You-
center back.
you-
It's gonna be so
it's
good.
hopes. It's hopes.
He's like their next John Stones.
Yeah, yeah.
In a way.
So we're talking about Slot, who hasn't been backed, so we don't know his players. Remember, the players you're complaining about, those are not his players.
All I know.
So if he's backed and he gets good players, remember he's
I've seen
doing a
Dutch-
miracle with players we were complaining about.
Guys,
I agree.
I've seen Dutch managers with their players.
I agree.
I know what that looks like.
I agree with
It's not a
Saddam,
pretty
man.
picture.
I agree with Saddam. Liverpool have budget. Liverpool have sporting director, and I'm sure this Premier League win is gonna propel them in the transfer window. People are going to play for.
If you're gonna back a
Liverpool.
manager, you back a manager who's won you with nothing.
And now for them, the next trophy will be the Champions League. So the signings they're going to be making are people who are going to help them get there, and I'm sure they will.
I don't think so, bro. I think we can expect a drop off now because you don't replace a Salah, bro. You replace a Diaz.
You replace him with like two
a John
players,
Stones.
3 players.
You replace, and even then, when you replace those players, you replace them with players that will learn from their best players. So for example, right now Kusanov, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna learn from John Stones
And Diaz.
He's gonna learn and these man, right? This guy, whoever's gonna come in, is gonna have to fill in Van Dijk's boots. Cold. Who's he learning next to? Konate.
Man City's problem, apart from injuries and everything, I also feel like Pep is kind of washed.
That's mad.
I genuinely think
That's mad.
I
I feel
think
like that's
the methodology. No,
That's very disrespectful.
he's
Someone
washed because
who's won 6 Premier Leagues in the last 7 years.
That's what being washed.
And then you're
means.
saying he's
That's-
washed.
That's what being washed means. You were good. I'm not saying he's not. He's a dead manager.
You're saying he's washed. Washed means dead.
No, washed.
Washed means he's past it. He's past his prime. Khalas, he's done.
Yes, I can't.
He's
say
done.
That.
You're saying he's done.
I think he's done.
He's dead
I
food
can't
then.
say that about Arteta because he's never been there.
Exactly. So he's not reached his prime.
But no,
So with Pep
Pep,
Guardiola, you're
I
saying
think-
someone who's just won 6 out of 7
Yes.
Premier League titles.
Yes.
And how many Champions Leagues?
I don't want to get into it. It's depressing. But
One Champions League. What do you mean?
one Champions
One
League.
Champions League.
with
How many
City.
FA Cups? How many Carabao Cups?
Too many.
Whatever.
So the thing is,
You're saying he's washed because of one season where he's
At
going
some
to
point-
finish top 4.
At some point,
I feel-
at some point in everyone's career, you're gonna fall off.
I feel
There's no one who you will progress your whole life. It doesn't work that way.
I feel the
Whether it's
issue.
Ronaldo, listen. Whether you're Messi, whether you're Ronaldo, at some point you will fall off. So saying Pep is
So, but
falling
with
off.
footballers, we know what their prime age. What's the prime age of a manager?
There's no age.
There's
it's,
no age.
It's ideology.
Ideology.
It's
Ancelotti.
For example, Mourinho.
Ancelotti, was he washed
Ideology.
after
I'm not
Everton?
talking about age.
Was he washed after Everton?
It's Everton. Come on.
Ideology.
When I'm talking about Mourinho, for example, right? Mourinho, we could see his methodology no longer works anymore.
Conte, Tottenham.
What about it?
Was he washed?
Spurs, bro. Why are you mentioning?
Now he's top of the
why-
table
no,
at Serie A.
Why are you mentioning? Why are you mentioning?
Doesn't matter.
You're
Huge
mentioning
mitigating
Spurs, bro.
factor. Bro.
Come on.
Spurs, bro.
Who's ever won anything at Spurs?
Oh my days, bro.
My point is, I think Pep, he unless he changes, but whatever he's doing right now, apart from having whatever signing is made, I think his ways of doing things are not working anymore.
I think the
And
squad
if you look at
is the
him,
bigger issue at City right now than the manager.
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
his
we
way
can
of
agree
doing
to
things,
disagree there.
his ways of doing things, people get found out. Do people get found out?
I don't
get
think
found
world
out.
class people get found out easily.
Exactly, not easily. But after 6 years of winning,
No,
yes,
I think
you will.
guys get found out.
Amma?
I think guys get found out like Maresca. You know, someone like Maresca gets found out.
There's
because
nothing to find out, Maresca.
There is.
There's nothing.
You find out how to play. For example, Brighton.
You know, you get found out if you had something to begin with.
Ana Eni,
Brighton.
How do you
Ana
find out?
Eni,
How do you
Maresca,
find
Ana
nothing?
Eni, bro.
How do you open an empty box and find nothing?
Brighton played Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Right? They played a high line. They got beat 4-2. Twice over the FA Cup in the Premier League. In 2025, they played a deep block and they beat Chelsea twice. That's how you play against Maresca. Now, with Pep Guardiola, maybe you don't do that. Maybe you do that now because he can't keep up with the intensity in midfield because he's lost his fucking best player.
His legs.
No, I don't believe
I
it.
think
I don't
City-
believe in the Rodri thing though.
Bro,
You don't believe in the
I
Rodri
don't
thing?
believe in the Rodri
It's not
thing.
just
I don't
the
believe
Rodri.
one
What
player.
was
It's not
Barcelona
just-
without Busquets?
No, but it's not just Rodri in this
What do you mean?
situation.
what was AC Milan without Gattuso?
But it's not just Rodri in this situation.
I don't. We would probably win. One
Saddam.
player. Wait, you think one player would make a team fall up?
Yes,
I don't-
Chelsea,
Liverpool
France,
last
Kante.
week with Salah.
Yeah. What are you talking about? There's so many
If Salah
one
was playing
team,
ball,
one player
Liverpool
teams.
was-
You're talking about
This-
you're talking
this-
about a scoring player.
No, we're talking about
Yeah.
myth.
How many-
We're talking about myth here.
Are you talking
You
about
guys-
a midfielder?
Yes.
Like a
talking-
holding
Tell me
player?
a holding midfielder whose team will. I think it's Pep ways of doing things.
Kante.
Look, okay,
Kante.
no, okay, wait.
Kante.
Look at Casemiro right now. If he was 10 years younger, would we have the same issues in midfield?
If Casemiro was the.
Casemiro was
Do you
your...
think our problem is midfield?
Yeah.
Yes,
do you
Casemiro
mean?
was your lifeline.
We get run through so much in
problem-
terms of
listen, our
physicality.
problem-
Bro, Casemiro was your lifeline in the Carabao Cup season. Third and Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
He was your
He
lifeline.
said, "I'll come fix this,"
Wait.
and he
okay,
came
what
in.
are you talking about?
And he fixed it.
Your problem is you think it's Casemiro now? You think if he was fit, we would. Hoyland has how many goals?
No, we don't create chances.
So how
But
is it
in terms
Casemiro?
of defending
No,
and
you
going
can't
up
say in
against
terms of-
other
exactly.
Oh my
So
days,
that means-
bro.
so that means-
I
that
can
means-
name so many midfielders that carried the team that without them you couldn't do anything. Gerrard, Scholes, Lampard. Like what the fuck are we talking about,
Why
bro?
are you saying Scholes, bro?
Scholes carried your team so hard. What are you talking about, bro?
Capping.
Rooney when he was midfielder.
Capping.
Cupping, bro.
But
They're
give.
good
Kante.
players. They're good players.
Kante.
Ona.
Kante.
Cup.
How is that cap? You're fucking lying.
No, but the
Kante
problem
did it
is
with
both of you
Leicester.
are wrong. That's the
Kante
problem.
did it with
Listen,
Chelsea.
listen. The problem
You're actually
is
chatting shit.
There is
both of you are
Kante did it
chatting
with-
shit
with
because
France.
in this situation, it's not just Rodri.
It is Rodri.
KDB is not there. Grealish
no.
is not performing.
Exactly my
The
point.
centre backs are not performing.
Tell me that. Don't
you
tell
have
me Rodri.
Rico Lewis
Rodri-
playing.
Rodri
You have,
is the
you have
main
Rico
thing.
Lewis playing centre mid. He's getting run through, bro.
Nah,
The
Rodri is a
squad-
big issue.
The
Rodri is
squad
a big issue.
fundamentally is off, bro.
He's gonna be he's gonna.
Kevin
There
De
have been
Bruyne is
periods-
playing his part.
No,
I get
there've
that.
been periods
but
when Rodri's not been
is
there.
their biggest issue. Look
Last
at how
season-
exposed their backline is
But
right
Zoom,
now.
last season there were periods when Rodri was not there for long periods, right?
No, it wasn't long periods. It's just one game at a
Or
time.
two games or 3 games.
Those
Let's say.
It was like a red card against Aston Villa. And
Yeah,
then they
let's
lost 1-0.
say. But they did manage to win games, right?
They didn't. They lost 1-0.
That's
So
also
bad.
Kevin De
but,
Bruyne.
bro.
but wait, look at it
Yeah, they didn't.
this way. Next year,
They lost to Arsenal.
he's coming back, Senor.
Yes.
We'll see.
No, you can't say we'll see, bro. He's just lost his legs. ACL at 30.
Also,
You don't know if he's coming
so
back.
it's done.
Rodri.
Yeah.
So it's
Rodri's
done.
coming back, bro.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
He's
I don't
coming
think
back.
it's that,
Yeah, he's coming
so
back.
that means Man City Misha forever.
No, I'm not saying that. They'll find another Rodri.
Baleba.
Bro, think about
They'll
it.
just
Liverpool,
get Baleba, bro. Just go buy Baleba and then
Yeah,
problem
literally,
solved.
right?
Yeah.
Forget Baleba. They'll look at their 17 clubs and decide, can you guys find us another fucking Rodri? Yeah. who are Liverpool gonna ask? FSG. That's it. That's all they know.
Okay, so you guys believe
Man City are likelier to come back, and obviously Arsenal, than Liverpool are next season. Liverpool are in big trouble.
I think
Big
I
trouble.
made a mistake early in the season by calling wrongly that Liverpool are going to have a transitional period.
Yeah, you're
So I'm just going to wait and see because I just feel like they have a lot of money waiting just for this transfer window that's coming up. And now the manager has delivered a Premier League. He has brownie points in the bag. So
Yeah.
he has to be back.
I think they
Fair
get
enough.
And-
Yeah,
they
I mean,
get
they have
Right
a lot of
now-
money. They're gonna get rejected by another Caicedo. Fair enough. And another Lavia.
I think they get good money. They get Kekes. They get a centre back and get Isak. I think they challenge.
You see,
for the title.
Kirkes, I can actually agree with. I can actually get on board. Kirkes can replace Robertson at a similar level. But how do you replace the best centre back in the world?
Who's the best centre back in the world?
Van Dijk.
No way.
For this agenda, you have to say that so that it's point out
Who's
who
actually
holds
better?
water.
Who's
you,
actually
Jamal.
better?
Bro, I can name for you 3 centre backs who are better.
Who?
Saliba?
Bullshit.
Saliba's not there yet. Even he knows himself. He's not there
Bro,
yet.
No, we're
I've
not doing that
never
yet.
actually-
Saliba's not even the best Arsenal centre back
Bro,
right now.
Yeah, tell me, Gabriel. I can be like, maybe.
no, you hate Gabriel, bro. But to be honest, Van Dijk doesn't defend, in my opinion.
No, but that's the
I
thing.
feel like he's not an
Before you
active
came-
defender.
before you
I
came,
feel
you
like
actually- listen,
I feel like
before
there's
you came-
3 defenders,
Naim.
4 or 5 defenders who are
Naim.
better.
Okay,
than
he's
him.
top 5. How much are you paying right now for Saliba? How much? Put a price tag on Saliba right now.
90.
Ah, yeah. They're going to spend 90 million, and then
On
they have to
a
spend another
centre-back.
90 million on Salah, and then they have to spend another 50
No,
million
the
on
Salah
Darwin Nunes replacement,
Salah
and then they have to
replacement.
replace Jota and Luis Diaz.
Yeah,
They're going to spend 40 million minimum on each.
200.
Are you mad?
250 the whole shebang.
Kuna
Is
PSR,
new,
bro.
bro.
Okay, so.
Because they're gonna sell
By the
players
way,
as
we
well.
were talking about the Van Dijk thing. Van Dijk, you need aura tax.
Yeah.
Because which centre back can you sign that has aura like Van Dijk?
Usually
Saliba.
strikers
Huh? Saliba actually has that aura.
strikers
a little bit,
wakiona Saliba. Sawa. For example,
Zirkzee.
I
I don't know. For example, hypothetically speaking.
Against Saliba, his tail start wagging. Like, ooh, someone. Right?
bro, when
Atakula jasi.
Name, you know when you beat me in that one FIFA game and then you tell me good night.
Shut the fuck up, man.
That's Zirkzee.
All
Saliba.
the letters
You know that one guy. You know
pale.
that one guy pale mtaa bro. Anakuchapa 1 out of 10 games. Alafu anakwambia check me lazima nitoke. We played for 1 hour, but now he doesn't want to play that replay. game. Can I get someone else?
Yeah, but now
that's
but now when
Saddam.
strikers see Saliba, when strikers see Van Dijk, they rarely get that confident to attack him. So I feel like having players who have that aura. It's fucking cringe. I'm saying that, but like,
It's so cringe, man.
getting players who have that fear factor,
Yeah.
right?
You don't
So I feel
attack
like,
them.
Yeah, I think that's a plus.
I think Liverpool's
Gabriel
done.
has that because I feel like Gabriel is very aggressive, and I feel like Gabriel you kind of don't want. But Saliba, bro, worst comes to us, you will just smell nice afterwards. Mtagongana naye hapo akupake hair gel.
That's same as Van Dijk.
No, but like Van Dijk, you will not get the ball.
Anyway, Saliba.
I don't rate.
I think. By the way, I think 90 million for Saliba. This isn't FIFA, bro. You're paying 120 for Saliba. That's how much.
Unless
Real Madrid would have
it's
to pay.
Santiago, Madrid.
No, Saliba would.
Madrid will
they'd
be
still
like,
have to
when is the contract ending?
3 years.
No, we will wait.
That's true, actually. Yeah,
They will wait.
They'll get him for free.
They'll get him for
They'll
free.
use Asensio. They'll milk Asensio for 3 years, and then.
And they will actually ruin him before that. They'll throw stupid bids.
So
about
Saliba's
500
value
grand
is
stuff
120 right now.
Minimum.
in. I don't think 120. 100 is higher. Maybe
Gabi?
80.
Gabi, I think, is 110, 100. Minimum.
I will pay more for Gabriel because I get goals and I get defending. Maybe not
Putting with
gel.
Saliba, what do you
and
get? Just little touches and side steps. Chobos up and
Croquetas.
Croquetas.
Croquetas there
The
in
fuck are you
the
on,
back.
man? Saliba's one of the best defenders in the world.
I think he's better than Van Dijk for me personally.
Yeah.
At least he tackles, you know.
So, Arsenal beat Chelsea.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Okay.
Boring ass game.
I know, right? It's the same way as
Chelsea are so
Man United
Can we
beating
just
Leicester.
can we just discuss the fact that there's going to be a team that's going to pay for an option not to buy? That is what
Yeah.
what
You know what?
Did you-
Freedom. You know.
Sancho.
yeah.
Mad. Yeah, you know,
They're gonna pay us, so they don't pay us
Actually, don't fucking.
for him, bro.
Actually, don't fucking rate this. Saddam, you're allowed to say this. Where Mr. Sancholini?
Who's that? Who is that?
Remember when this guy's Twitter name was Sancholini?
No, but
Saddam, you can.
relax.
That's
Relax.
actually
Guys,
so
guys,
embarrassing.
it made sense at
Marcus
the time.
Smashford.
No, it made sense at the time, bro.
Pog boom.
Even Pogba, all these made sense at the time.
You know, it's funny because.
But also, guys, just normalize changing opinions when new facts arise. You
My
know
God,
what I mean?
you can't change your opinions
So
every day.
is it? Yeah, bro. What do you flip flop, man?
I can change usernames every every
Even
2
using
days.
it, you can't change every day.
You can't.
You can't change
No,
every
you
day.
can't. You can't, yeah.
Especially if
So
you're verified.
is there any truth in this thing?
Bro, from his performances, I would
Like
I'd
they
say
pay.
like
Okay, if you're Chelsea right now, do you pay? So remember he was on high wages, right?
Yeah.
Do you pay us like
Better.
that 25 million,
Better one off.
and then keep him, right? Or just pay the fine.
Pay the
So
fine.
His
pay the
fine is like probably his month salary.
Is
Actually,
it?
no.
Is it?
Actually, just
How much
don't
is the
pay.
fine is how
Don't
much?
pay.
I don't know,
Listen,
I don't know.
don't
Maybe
pay
5
at
million.
all. Right? Don't pay at all. Let United go to the courts. Yende FIFA, mu appeal. Kuna ruling, mu appeal tena. I'm serious. Like delay for as long as possible. Like seriously, because yeah, you
know,
can't.
Sancho deserve it.
And they just got Giovanni Kenda, and Estevao is coming next season
Yeah.
from Brazil.
It's the ball.
Yeah, I want it to be
So-
a situation whereby we know he's a Chelsea player. So we don't want to play him. And then Chelsea, you're like, you know
Just
what?
like, just
You're
like
not our
bro,
player.
there's a player from Tusker. No, KCB and Gor. He's not registered with either. There's been like money sent or allegedly sent for this player, but this guy is not registered at all. Like, he can't play for Gor in the league. He can't play for KCB anymore. Like, let it just be that kind of situation with him.
Yeah.
Simple.
Freedom. You wanted freedom, right?
Yeah.
Sancho, you want freedom, eh? So we'll see. Clubless next year.
He's calling up Usman Dembele to see if he can play FIFA all night. Bro.
What a
Yo,
useless guy.
by the way, shout out my brother, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Mohammed Bajaber.
The one and only.
We shall see you
Honestly,
on Sunday,
I think
bro.
he was following my footsteps, but now ni kama nipita. Fairs.
Come on, amefika hapo,
Fairs,
bro.
fairs.
Defense.
World Cup qualifiers, my guy.
The audacity, bro.
I was on a space yesterday for KE football, and guys were complaining about player comparisons. I was just telling them my opinion in terms of like okay, some of the players they're comparing, I have no idea who they are, right? Some of the players they are comparing, I'm like, okay, I know. For example, Austin Odiambo is a baller, set piece taker, scores from midfield, assists, very creative player. So they're comparing maybe my brother, other players from abroad with Austin Odiambo, right? They're not getting picked or whatever. Austin Odiambo didn't make the final.
Oh, he didn't
squad.
get picked?
He didn't get picked. But I feel like guys are so focused on the minutia of these selections that they're supposed to be they're missing the point. They're supposed to be focused on Benny McCarthy's come in 2 weeks ahead of the World Cup qualifiers, and he had a training camp with local players only before the international players FICAD.
Yeah.
The international players just traveled yesterday.
Really?
Just yesterday.
The
No,
first-
wamesafiri leo asubuhi.
The first game is on Sunday, no?
Wamesafiri leo asubuhi, yeah. First game
So
is
he has
Thursday.
to. How did
First
he,
game is Thursday.
And
how
then
did
the
he have
next
to
game
pick
is
the
on
other one, the
Sunday.
international players?
He can't. He possibly can't. He has to work with the most recent selection. As simple as. I mean, those guys have trained at least, or at least
They've been together in a
Mix and
camp.
match.
They've
When
been
it's
in a camp, yeah.
So the local players. My bad. Sorry. The local players that were chosen, right? Mix them in with the international based players that you can trust, and then work with what you have. But for Kenyans to think, okay, no, we need to be at our best in the best situation possible when he's only had 2 weeks ahead of
I think the
World Cup
intention is
qualifiers.
there, but the methodology on how to get there is maybe where we differ.
We need to give it time. It's gonna take longer than just this World Cup qualifiers, next World Cup qualifier. I think we need to be realistic as a nation. We shouldn't be thinking about World Cup qualifiers. We should be thinking maybe AFCON qualifiers. The best case scenario is but we're already in AFCON. So just
No,
prepare.
we missed the next one, right?
We missed the 2025 one.
Yeah.
So we're I think just prepare well and compete well to at least represent ourselves or put our best foot forward in the 2027.
Yeah, I mean
That's
I
the only
agree.
thing we can
Yeah.
do. We have to be realistic, man. And Firat was right. Like he was saying, like, bro, think about look at the level of the league. Look at the level of the national team. Players aren't being paid salaries.
Yeah, I think we have so many problems that we need to fix before
You start doing player comparisons.
doing those stats.
It's
and
crazy.
comparing. I feel
It's
like
mad.
because that's the foundation. We're going to watch the game, all of us, on Sunday, right?
Yeah, inshallah.
And the problem,
That's the great steps that I want us to see more people watching,
more people attending,
more getting involved.
Jaza
and, like,
study actually meaning something.
but like you said, like Zoom, there is the problem in itself. The fact that he's arrived 2 weeks to
Only
qualify,
before, yeah.
that already shows institutionally
and we
there's an
kinda knew.
issue, and like you're saying, don't look at the minute problems of player comparisons. Look at the issue that Kenya is signing a coach 2 weeks to a qualifier. Why are we in that situation in the first place?
And the thing is, we kind of heard about Benny McCarthy way earlier than
Yeah, the
2 weeks.
rumors- Workout
Bro,
camp.
I was telling this guy,
Fuck.
I had a dream, bro. So I saw this post. I saw.
Yo, don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
I
We'll see
saw
you guys
Benny
next week,
McCarthy's coming to be Kenya coach, yeah.
When
So I said, Zoom, I've had a dream, bro. This is how Hamoudi gets to United at that left 10 role for Amorim, bro. Because
you're cooking.
2 years
You're
from
cooking.
now,
I like
yeah,
it.
2 years from now, Man United will be looking for young players.
Ah.
McCarthy will be like, yo, there's this kid who plays for my team. Transfer, 1M, 2M like this. Hamoud is a Manchester United
So
player.
I'm part of the entourage, isn't it?
We're all part of the entourage.
Are we?
Na mimi nalipwa development
If
fees.
Hamoudi ever plays for United, I'm a
You
United
just say
fan.
Alhamdulillah, bro.
Okay, sasa.
You said that what? You said
He's a
yeah.
United fan.
Clip it.
Please
Like, share, subscribe. I'm so hungry.